All right. We are back, y'all. We are back, and we're doing a live call in today. So let me go ahead and put the link. Um, I'm gonna pin the link to the top of the chat. This is your time to shine. We are calling all Real Housewives of Atlanta fans. We are going to talk, discuss, debate, argue, whatever it is regarding episode 15. I'm not in it. I may get in here and shuck and jive, call a timeout on your side and their side. But listen, I did my thing last night during party in the chat. I just wanted to do a designated call in for those of you that really enjoy the show. And for those of you that are Team Portia, Team Shamia, and you got something to say, you know why we are here. We are talking all things Real Housewives of Atlanta. Shamia, Portia. Whose side are you on? Has it gone too far? Are the mamas and the kids supposed to be off limits unless they place themselves in a direct line of fire? What are your thoughts? I want to talk about it. Listen, here we go. I'm gonna kick it off. I'm not gonna carry the show. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm not gonna carry the show. I'm just here to referee if anybody has anything to say. And I recognize that some people are at work. Look, I know some of y'all can't call in. That's all right. Use that super chat feature. Use the super chat feature. It looks a little bit like this.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
All right. It looks just like this. The super chat feature will highlight your comment or whatever else you got going on, like Butterfly Sugar just did. It's 750 gems. She said, let them cook. Now it looks like YouTube did something different, y'all, with these super chats. This is my first time seeing it like that. Hold on. Uh-oh. Let me see. That's different. You said let them cook. Well, the link is posted. This is a viewer call in. Queen Shiba ain't gonna carry this show. For those of you that were like, open up the lines, they're open. I'm open. They are open. And honey, hold on. Let me kick it off. I think you all know what we're talking about, but listen, let's go ahead and put up some content from Bravo. There we go. Here we go.
Dennis talked to Gerald and told Gerald that you mentioned that you weren't comfortable with Pilar coming around us. And that was disappointing and a little bit hurtful because you know I would never do anything to hurt your child.
But if somebody don't like me or if I feel like somebody has ill will or we ain't close, I'm not going to have my daughter go over their house.
And respectfully, you're the mother of Pilar.
Yeah.
You have to make the best decision. But I guess I just would have hoped that we wouldn't have allowed what our friendship or lack thereof to affect what our kids had. Do you really think that would hurt your child? To me, that cut deeper, right? Because
How are you using my child and weaponizing and exploiting my child for your emotional security blanket? No. How are you using my child for your confessional? No. How are you using my child to satisfy your emotional needs when you have 2 little girls? No. Are you okay? Are you cool? How are you more upset about my child not being at your house than I am? No. This is beyond. And you're crying. And then 2 seconds later, you call my mama a hoe.
my sisters and I have grievances. You think they're going to keep my niece and nephew from me?
She's poking at me right now, and she's using what she knows who is most important to me to do so.
Dennis talked to Gerald and told Gerald that you mentioned that.
Girl, what? All right, let's take our first caller. American born, welcome. The lines are open. Let me give you this. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to tell you this straight. And hello, Palace Queen, everybody. Shacky, Benji, Dookie. What's up? So I'm just going to say this. When I was younger, somebody said, your mama. I whooped that hoe all the way to school. She had on cowboy boots. I tore like the heel off one of her cowboy boots. She had to call her mama to come pick her up after I got done with her. Don't talk about my mama. I don't give a shit how old I am. I'm almost 60 now. My mother's gone to glory. But if anybody said, yo, mama, it'd be on and popping, Queen. I'm telling you, it would be on and popping. I do not
Wait,
care.
not you still remember what the girl was wearing. What
Oh,
color
yeah,
was her boot?
they were blue cowboy boots, Queen. She thought she was the cat's meow. She come on there with that feathered blonde hair. Now, this was back in the 80s. Had that old feathered blonde hair and had cheapo earrings and shit, but she had these blue cowboy boots. She must have just got them. Well, they was fucked up when I got done with her. Shit. Talk about my mama, bitch. I don't care.
Hold on. All right. Well, thank you for coming up, American Born. Studio L said, I am so tickled. Girl, she said she whooped her out of them boots. All right. Thank you, American Born, for calling
Thank you,
in.
Queen.
All right. Listen, I don't blame her. I might have to take a heel to a boot or listen. She said she had on blue cowboy boots. Whooped her. She had to call for backup. Yeah, I think so. That's what we're talking about. Hold on. Give me 1 second. We're talking about episode 15. What are your thoughts? That's what we're here for. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the clip. That's what I'm looking for. Kelly pinned a note, and like I said, I did this last night. And if we don't have any more callers, that's perfectly fine. I can give everybody else some time back because I most certainly don't want to be trying to redo the Real Housewives of Atlanta when we did it last night. So please pardon me. Um, Let me go over this real quick. Hold on. So Kelly, I don't really understand Kelly's position in Shamia's life. It seems very fraudulent, very questionable, if you ask me. And I kind of feel like Shamia has something that you want. First of all, we can start with Gerald. Okay. Now, I also think Kelly is positioning herself that, should Bravo cut her from the show, this is like a guaranteed way to make sure that she remains a friend of the show. It's just it's fake. It's fake. It's giving Velcro. Let me attach myself to you so I can make sure that I'm in the vicinity of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all ain't best friends. Y'all ain't best friends. So Kelly dropped this after all of the backlash and pushback regarding how Shamia handled herself in episode 15 and episode 14. She says, to my bestie, Shamia Morton, I hope you never let one moment make you question everything God has already shown you about who you are. The strongest women I know aren't the ones who never face hard days. They're the ones who keep showing up with grace, even when it's difficult. I've watched your heart. I've watched your loyalty. I've watched the way you pour into people you love. That's the woman I know. Keep your Mwangi crown on, your head high and your heart soft. The noise will fade, but character always remains. Love you, Booski. Kelly, I think you're putting on. I think you're putting on. They doing a lot to be women that's over 40 in this friendship. And it's cute for 20-year-olds. And I mean, listen, I have no qualms about women in their 40s making friends, but really, all of that? It seems a bit suspicious to me. I'm not saying it just lacks authenticity to me. That's just my personal opinion. It's given a lot. It's a little razzle dazzle on it. That's all I'm saying. Does anybody else want to call in? Because, like I said, I wanted to do this segment for you all, but not for me to talk. I've talked enough. I've covered it last night. And if not, we are out of here. I dropped the link and pinned it to the chat. I'll give it a few more seconds. And if not, I will see y'all later. I will see y'all later, baby. I am wore out on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I did my thing last night. So, yeah. 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 All right, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull up another clip real quick that I wanted to go over really, really quick. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Regarding this whole debacle, this whole thing with, oh, here we go. Here we go. So this is Shamia's appearance on Watch What Happens Live. I want you all to listen to this very carefully.
Saw you apologize to the group tonight. Yeah. And so now that you've seen the episodes air, you've seen the discourse online, what has been your reaction to the dinner, bringing up the mothers? Yeah. You guys had kind of previously agreed, let's let this lay. So
what Andy was saying is like, listen, you and Portia decided that you're going to focus on yourselves as women, as mothers, and that you're going to make your appearance as housewives solely about your life, what you got going on, Portia's life, what Portia has going on. If you hear Andy say, he said, you all agreed to that last season. So what are we doing?
What do you feel about it as it's now out in the world?
To be honest, Andy, the timing wasn't good. I definitely shouldn't have brought it up at the dinner, but I don't know, I guess it just came out. I was so fed up and it was like festering for so long.
Do you regret
the dinner
it?
Was not the appropriate time to do it. That's why I apologize to the ladies for the timing of it all and for making them.
But you said you didn't mean it. You told Kelly, I apologize, even though I don't feel I was wrong.
I feel uncomfortable.
What was your mom's reaction when it aired, by the way?
Absolutely hurt by it.
Yeah.
Absolutely hurt. Rightfully so, right?
Yes.
Andy's smart. He wouldn't let her take him down a rabbit hole. So he quickly got in there and said, well, what was your mom's reaction? To kind of cut her off and make her sit in it for a second. I love that approach. He just kind of got in there and threw a monkey wrench, because ultimately what he's saying, without being so obvious, is you made your mom look bad. That thing backfired on you. What did your mom have to say?
I'm sure they both were.
Yeah.
So that I apologize for, because they shouldn't have been involved in it anyway.
Yeah.
And this wasn't something that just happened that night. My mom was brought up last year,
right,
and
at
the reunion, exactly. But we spoke about it. I thought we were.
You hear Andy saying at the reunion. So why are we talking about last year's reunion in season 17? Shamia, you may have just wrote yourself a check out the door. Why are we still, like Cynthia said, I'm a bit uncomfortable because, baby, I don't think you understand how this works. You can't come back this season being mad about something that happened at the reunion. The reunion is long gone. We've been filming for 6 months, Sweet Pea. That window is closed. Welcome, Queen Tosa. What are your thoughts on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? We are calling all fans to the floor.
Listen, I feel like when it comes to Shamia, she's definitely two-faced. She's not loyal. And I wish that all this energy that she's putting into these friendships, relationships, and all that, I wish that she would just put it into Gerald. Shamia does not even have to work, right? She has a man that's financially well off. Shamia wants to be the man. So Shamia doesn't want to be married. She's gotten a taste of the rich life, and it's gotten boring to her. And if it's not a woman, is definitely her attraction to different men, because I noticed, like, on this episode that's coming up, she goes and meets with her attorney guy again. She undresses out of her jacket and she makes everything sexual, and it takes away from me respecting her. Now when it comes to what's her name, K Michelle. K Michelle is playing the game how it needs to be played. K Michelle got in there. She was friends with Portia. Portia brought her on. But Portia, like, girl, Portia gave K Michelle the play that Shamia was supposed to run, right? Don't take too much. Don't do too much. Girl, this is just work. So don't take it personal, right? When it comes to Kelly, she didn't even get the memo when it had come time for, like, Scotland, because it just seemed like she just brought all her whole clothes with her. Even that Ronald McDonald's had, it was just, I don't know. She just seems a bit off to me. But it seems like she's getting under Shamia. So because she sees Shamia's crashing down, and she's greedy. So she's gonna go over there and see what she can get out the litter. When it comes to Kelly, you are so backwards. Your mind is all in the wrong places. $70,000, and you are about to get, you just look, didn't you just get put out your apartment because you're a grown adult and you don't know self-control, getting into it with the homeowners association thing? Kelly, you're full of drama. And you thought by you being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you thought that you were better than people in your neighborhood. And you thought that you were better than that homeowner association director. And she quickly let you find out that it was not it. And now you had to move. But my thing is, even when it comes to Shamia and K Michelle, their relationship, the stuff that K Michelle said about Shamia and her mom, I could definitely see it. When it comes to Portia and her mom, whether people like it or not, it's classy. It's, you know, it's not what you do, it's pretty much how you do it, right? Um, I do feel like what's her name? Shamia and her mom is definitely jealous, because this is my thing. If this woman lost her childcare services and y'all are over there buying it up and they have to find out by rolling up the street, yeah, y'all are messy. And why did she do that? You know, did she find out that your mama slept with your uncle? Because it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Why does she have to teach Portia's mama a lesson if they were good girlfriends? If y'all agreed that y'all weren't gonna talk about the mothers on the season, like what happened? No, your mama is over there gassing you up.
30 seconds, Tosa.
Okay. And then who else? Shout out to Phaedra. I know a lot of people say that they don't like her, but I think Phaedra is doing exactly what she needs to be doing. Cynthia, you are doing exactly what you need to be doing. And I'm here for the reunion.
All right. That's Queen
Thank you,
Tosa. Thank you,
Queen.
Queen Tosa. No, thank you for coming up. We
Okay.
appreciate you. All right. That's Queen Tosa. We're going to go to the next caller, but give me 1 second. Before we go to Meredith, listen, thank you, the Side Eye Sage 7 for the 10-piece and a pepper. You said for all of Shamia's scheming, she lacks the self-awareness and confidence to pull it off successfully. She don't believe herself with all them fake tears and apologies after the fact. Listen, all right. That came from Sage. This I want to highlight this. It's not a super chat, but I want to highlight it. Classy Quiller says Diane spoke on Shamia first last season. No, she didn't. Diane was talking to Portia. Portia was speaking to her mom. Portia was demonstrating her reality, talking to her mom. The difference between Diane, Miss Diane, and Shamia's mom is Diane saying what she has to say on camera, which is not egregious. According to K. Michelle, Shamia and her mama are plotting behind the scenes, trying to get the numbers on Shamia's side. And that's the part we don't see. Portia brought a concern to her mom, in my opinion. Classy Quiller, let me ask you this. On camera, where it can be viewed in front of the entire world. Shamia told me this and this and this, that Kelly didn't like me. Diane said, a dog that'll bring a bone will carry one. That is a common phrase about watch gossipers. Because if somebody felt comfortable gossiping to your best friend about you, hold on, I'm answering your question. Your statement, if somebody comes to you, that's supposed to be your best friend and say, girl, Queen Shiba got it out for you. She talking about you sleeping with married men. And me and you, or you and that person are supposed to be best friends. Aren't you going to wonder, like, how come my friend didn't shut that down? That's all Miss Diane is saying. Welcome, Meredith. Welcome.
Hi, how
Oh,
are you?
good, good. What are your thoughts?
I could write a whole course on this. I study race, gender, and the intersections of popular culture and history. And I think one of the challenges that we're facing is Black women are buying into this Peter Pan syndrome. Like white women do. Like they don't want to age, they don't want to grow, they don't want to season, they don't want to mature. And I don't think at times they get any kind of, I wonder if they get any coaching on how to like navigate your persona, like the reality TV persona, and different from your personality, who you are to the core as an individual. Like how do you reconcile those things on television? Because I have a best friend. We've been best friends 40 something years. And I don't see anything wrong with someone saying, you've had all these opportunities and I want this to be mine because I'm going to get what's coming to me. I'm not riding anybody's coattail, but that also comes from learning how to allow certain things to be sacred in your friends' lives. Like this should have never got to TV. None of this.
All right. Is that it? That's all, Meredith?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I'm really disappointed in how the season turned out because it really feels like the Housewives of Atlanta of old, where you got the great trips, you got the engagement, you got the real life scenarios, but then we just end up in these little dirty weeds where, all this stuff is going on in people's lives, and they screaming across the table about their mamas. I just never seen anything like it. I've never
Neither
seen
have
anything
I.
like it. I've
Thank
never, I've
you.
never, and I've watched it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Meredith. That was a really good. I like how she tied it into the Peter Pan syndrome and basically just said, grow up. You're a grown ass woman in your 40s talking about somebody's mom. Grow up. Now, Cassie, I think it's classy. I don't know if you're new here or not, but you said, do you guys really watch or go off of who you like? It doesn't matter what we do. All you have to do is just state what you like. So everybody's free to like what they like over here. Like we don't challenge what people like. We don't challenge and they like what they like. That's it. So you just windmill for who you like and they gonna windmill for who they like. That's it. That's all. But we're not trying to convince each other. We're not trying to, make anybody wrong for liking or thinking what they like. And that keeps it engaging. That keeps it fun. That keeps it interesting in the chat. We control what we control. That's who I like on the screen. That's the only thing we can control. Oh, all you have to do is click the link and then follow the instructions. And I think you'll be good. All right. So let me play another clip. Give me 1 second. We're going to go to another clip. Hold on. Here we go.
Assuming you saw Portia's tweet and your
Absolutely.
yeah.
I saw it. And I felt bad for my pastor, because not y'all trying to get me kicked out the church.
Okay.
Hell, I need our
So this content creator titled, it's interesting that she captioned her repost of Watch What Happens Live as Shamia's Freudian slip. And she said, was this a Freudian slip? Did Shamia unintentionally give context and truth to Portia's claims that she's having an affair with the pastor? Because Portia never said who, what, when, or where. She just randomly said, you're messing with that married pastor, and also you're sleeping with your friend's husband. Now, I don't know if y'all remember Lauren and Portia's conversation when Portia called from Scotland to report to her sister in Atlanta exactly what went down. And Lauren said, oh my God, this is like this isn't good for both of you because both of you know a lot about each other. Both of you know a lot about each other, so nobody wins in this situation. So you best believe if there are bodies and Shamia is doing the damn thing, Portia knows where the bodies are. Now, here's the part that kind of gets me. If Shamia had something on Portia, she would have dropped it that night at the dinner table as opposed to going for Miss Diane. So I'm inclined to believe that whatever Shamia thinks she has on Portia, we already know. I believe Portia's so out there, it ain't really too much that you can jam her up on. So when Portia said, but you slept with the pastor, the mayor, and you also slept with your friend's husband. Ooh. Portia never said what pastor. And Shamia said, yeah, I heard. I saw Portia's tweet. and I went and apologized to my pastor.
Assuming you saw Portia's tweet and your
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw it. And I felt bad for my pastor, because like, not y'all trying to get me.
I felt bad for my pastor. Girl, what church you go to? What church does Shamia go to? Thank you, Sassy Lady, for 1,000 gems. We appreciate you. Dr. Meredith Davis said, hit dog will holler. Listen, Portia never said who. So why are you apologizing to your pastor? That Portia could have been talking about something from 5, 6, 7 years ago. How did your pastor catch a stray? Warmy 95. Thank you for the 5-piece and a pepper. Warmy, we appreciate your super chat. All right, let's continue.
Be kicked out the church. Okay. I need all the prayers I can get right now. Can I hold on to that? So I apologize to my pastor.
Okay.
And he said, he understood. They were just like, you're fine. Like, it's fine. It's okay. And, obviously it's bull crap. And I won't engage in it, because at this point, where do you go? I mean, we're already going to hell. Like, we can't.
Yes, it's down low.
I'm done. I told you, I'm moving on.
Some of you called out. Y'all said, hold on, Queen. We feel like, now I didn't notice this because I wasn't looking for it, but I guess y'all noticed it and y'all say, hold on, Queen. Did you notice that Shamia is copying Portia and wore a similar dress to Watch What Happens Live that Portia wore at Phaedra's birthday dinner in Scotland? I didn't pay any attention. I didn't notice. I don't know. I just wasn't looking for that. So then I was like, well, let me see if I have any clips. And I remember the dress. I talked about it last night. I was like, Portia looked good. She was bad to the bone, honey, in that white dress she had on. So let me pull up the dress. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I got this dang dress. Maybe I don't. Hold on. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. It's the dress that Portia had on when K. Michelle and Shamia continued to crash Phaedra's party with these sad sob stories that were horrible. And it became so toxic, so heavy. They supposed to be celebrating. So emotional that Drew had to excuse herself from the table. Angela had to excuse herself from the table. It was bad. If you asked me for a birthday party, I would be mad. I would be mad. So then Shamia and K. Michelle start to clash. And K. Michelle had a lot to say. Let's take a look at some of it. K. Michelle is a mess. She said, F all of y'all. That's what she said. F all of y'all. All these ridiculous think pieces. Her mama shouldn't have been in no club talking shit about nobody and trying to form her daughter an alliance in a hookah lounge past midnight. Woo! Shamia, you didn't refute that. She said, I don't care if it's her tits was over her shoulders. I didn't do it or say a word. It was brought to me and 4 random Africans at a table. I be minding my business. Oh, Shamia. What K. Michelle seems to be saying, this is what I'm picking up, that you form these friendships, these random friendships with these women as an excuse to get out the house. There's different components. There's a lot going on here. Let me drop the link if anybody wants to get in on this. K. Michelle dropped a lot in this tweet. Number one, she says that you and your mom are one and the same. and that your mom had a lot of negative shit to say off camera about the women. So while people are tripping on Miss Diane that says something as simple as a dog that'll bring a bone will carry one, your mom is way more than that. She just smart enough to do it off camera. And your mom is also playing chess and not checkers by trying to get the numbers on your house. I mean, on your side, like Big Brother. Your mom is attempting to flip the house in favor of you, her golden child. But then K. Michelle said, listen, I didn't bring nothing to nobody. I thought we was going out to the club. And before you know it, you got me in here with some random Africans. So the other part of that K. Michelle is exposing, and I'm savvy enough to pick it up. She's saying you like to play like you going out with women when you really are headed out to meet men. You and your mom. I didn't say it. K. Michelle said it. Shamia, you still haven't come out to say she's lying. You still haven't come out to say that's not true. Oh, hold on. Let me finish it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get this comment off the screen. Thank you on Natty, 1,600 gems. You said spill the tea. I know that's right. So, K. Michelle then continues to say, call it Twitter gangster if you want. Funny how everybody is now on Twitter expressing themselves. She's saying, yeah, y'all came after me for utilizing Twitter as my resource, as my, what do you call that thing? Megaphone. But now everybody's utilizing Twitter. And that's basically saying that's what social media is for. She said the girls wasn't doing that, but judge me when I tweet. She goes on to, somebody says, I'm watching Carlos King recap of the last episode of Rhoa with Claudia, Dustin, and Blue in full. I'm not going to lie. Dustin kind of clocked K. Michelle. He basically mentioned how K. Michelle spoke on Shamia's mother, but recognized how Shamia talking about Portia's mom was crossing a line. He also said K. Michelle is willing to cross boundaries with Shamia that she's unwilling to cross with Portia, basically pointing out that K. Michelle lacks respect for Shamia. So I'm going to have to disagree with Dustin. And those of you that are saying, Portia, Ms. Diane talked about Shamia. Ms. Diane did not talk about Shamia. She gave Portia something to think about. And she used a phrase about gossiping. That's the first thing. K. Michelle described what happened in real life. K. Michelle said Shamia's mom showed up looking like this. That's a fact. The difference between what K. Michelle said and what Shamia said is defaming. K. Michelle did not defame Shamia's mom by accusing her of trying to sleep with this man or some man. She talked about what she had on. Remember I said, unless your moms put themselves in direct line of fire. See, Shamia's mom is trying to get on and get put on the camera. She wants to be a part of the cast. She's everywhere. She like P. Diddy, all up in the camera, all in the girls' events. We know what you're doing, Shamia. Unless the moms put themselves in direct line of fire, the moms should be off limits. Now, if you go into the club hoping that the cameras will pick it up and you come in a revealing outfit, the cast can talk about it. Let me continue. Okay, and that's all we got. Queen Tulsa, you came back. What you got?
Yeah, I wanted to speak on this. When it comes to Shamia, do you remember last season when Britt Edie was on there and they were talking about an alliance? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember Britt Edie said they all got together and decided that they would go against the other girls. Go ahead.
Shamia was the one that got all that started. And the reason why I say that is because Shamia has been on the show before. You know, she didn't watch Candy. Pretty much she didn't have this whole little university down. But my thing is, when you try to come in and think that you're bigger than the program, Shamia, you're not bringing all that. As much as she wants to call out Portia is single. Simon is in Africa. She's with Sway today, and she's with Mike tomorrow. Portia she ain't got an answer to no husband. Shamia, you have to answer to your husband. And it's looking like she don't want him. And from the bottom, by the looks of it, what K Michelle was saying was, we was out and it was 4 Africans, and you was acting single then. You and your mama was acting single that night. Why are you out late night? Then when Angela tried to call her out, well, when I be out, my husband say he see you out too. Well, guess what? You out too much as a married woman for you to be sitting up here talking about your children and the medical things. Like you should be more at home than out in these streets. Shamia done pissed me off. That's all I got, sis.
All right. Thank you for coming back. We appreciate you. All right. Listen. Okay, Warmy95 came back and says, I don't think they were ever as close as it's being presented. They weren't. Carlos King got to the bottom of that in his interview. He exposed Shamia's lies. Shamia made it seem like they were close. You never heard Portia talking about my best friend, my best friend, my best friend. You don't really hear Portia harping on that. Shamia harps on being best friends. Shamia has to have a connect one. Okay, Shamia has to be connected to somebody. She said, me and Portia were not that close. We started talking like as adults, like some of you try to do with Riley Burris. I see you, Meredith. Give me a second. Y'all were like, oh, Riley and Ariana have been friends since they were little. No, they weren't. They said it. The girls, they said we really did know each other. Our moms worked together. Y'all, that don't make them friends. She said, the Ariana and Riley both said, after not seeing each other for 10 years, we're getting to know each other. And y'all got to chill, or you should chill on how quickly you open up your life and start to call somebody a friend, right? Or think people are friends. So I said all of that to say I agree with you, Warmy. They were not good. They were not like real tight like that. Shamia made that more than what it was in season 16. You said they would have fallen out regardless, in your opinion. Back, Meredith, what are your thoughts? Welcome back, Meredith. What are your thoughts? Okay, we try to get Meredith on. She's not answering. Let's go to Butterfly Sugar. Welcome, Butterfly.
Good afternoon, Queen. I've noticed watching different podcast shows and reviews and people speaking on Portia and Shamia. People are leaning more towards Portia because she's a better put together package and she's able to finally control her emotions. Where Shamia, on the other hand, she has no self-regulation and she doesn't know how to confront somebody in the moment. So being that her and Portia were friends, and I'm using that term very loosely because I don't believe they were friends. I believe they were acquaintances of convenience. They did dirt together. They hung out and partied together, but there was no real bond there. But people like a pretty package. Portia is that. She's a beautiful package. She's a beautiful gift. But her and Shamia are two different sides of the same coin, just like their mothers. They are who they are because of their mothers. Both moms play holy rollers. Both moms were probably in the streets in the 90s and in the 80s, and both moms were 9 times out of 10 thoughting and bopping throughout their lives, and that's the game that they taught their daughters. One just plays it better than the other. And when it comes to Portia, now that she's able to control her emotions, she's not so quick to pop off and beat a bitch's ass. If this would have been Portia and Shamia 4 years ago, they'd have been in there fist fighting. No questions asked. They'd have been fist fighting, and then everybody would have been talking shit on Portia. But since Portia has learned how to control her emotions and become a full, beautiful package, everybody is team Portia. But Portia and Shamia
Isn't that the assignment? Isn't that what we wanted? What's wrong with that?
It is the assignment. There's nothing wrong with it. I just find it amusing how people forget the things that Portia has done, and they're just dogpiling on top of Shamia for doing the same exact things Portia has done. You get what I'm saying? Shamia has succeeded different levels than Portia on certain things in life because they are two different people. But at the same time, she doesn't have the reality game down packed yet. Even though she's been on this show one season less than Portia as a friend of, whether it was a friend of Candy's or a friend of Portia's, she still doesn't know the reality game, and she doesn't have emotional regulation. When Shamia is on, she comes off very childlike, and when somebody hurts her, she doesn't know how to call it out in that moment. She just sits on it and stews until she can't take it anymore, and then she tells somebody, hey, you hurt my feelings. Portia's always been the type of woman, when her feelings are hurt, she's letting you know right then and there.
No, I got you, Butterfly. I got to go to the next caller, but I may have to. Yeah, I got you. I was going to come back to something you said, but I'm not going to keep you hanging. But excellent points.
Thank you.
All
Have
right.
a good evening, Queen.
You too. That's Butterfly Sugar. She has some really good points. I wanted to go back and forth, but I got people back here waiting that I got to bring into the show. Natty, welcome. What are your thoughts? Aunt
Hello?
Natty, you there? Aunt Natty. Y'all let Aunt Natty know in the chat we can't hear her. All right, Hershey85. Welcome, Hershey. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Queen. Hey, Palace. My thoughts are pretty much like the last caller. Shamia and Portia is the same, except one is an honest hoe and one is a modest hoe. And that's mostly because of their moms. You can see Miss Diane was the fine one. She's fine to this day. Let's be honest. The woman looks good, and she was a baddie back in the day. The pictures that I saw, and Portia has that type of confidence. While Shamia and her mother are beautiful women as well, but they more of a I'm a hoe, but I don't want everybody to know I'm a hoe. While Portia is like, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do, how I want to do it. Now with this whole thing about she, she was, I guess, Shamia's mom. I mean, Portia's mom was talking about Shamia. I thought a dog that'll take a bone will bring a bone was a staple in our raising up. I thought all our mamas told us that. Because I know my
Thank
mom
you.
always told me that too. Like, you better watch. A dog that'll take a bone will bring a bone. I never thought that she was calling my friends a dog or talking about she was just like, be careful, be watchful. A hit dog will holler. If Shamia knows she's not a dog that's taking a bone back and forth, why did you holler? I would have been like, oh, because my mama told me the same thing. Like, I just thought that was a staple, especially a black mom to a black daughter. So, to any daughter, I've heard white women say that. I've heard, so I just don't understand what's the big hoopla about Diane actually parenting her daughter, like giving advice, not even parenting, but just as a woman, giving advice. So, I didn't know.
All right. No, that's fair. Thank you. And that is a staple thing. So thank you for coming up, Hershey. All right, y'all. That's Hershey. Let me go to Kyle. Kyle, welcome. Kyle, wait. Kyle, what are your thoughts? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you? I want to say that Portia is a bit of a narcissist and a master manipulator. She knows how to play the game and how to play dumb and stuff like that. She is bothered that Shamia is really her storyline. Like, she wanted to have this big, rich African husband, and it fell down the drain. And then now Shamia came on the show and is pretty much threatening Portia because Portia can't be that. And it's crazy because Portia is the it girl. Portia has a lot of crazy and delusional pick-me fans. She gives all the side chicks hope. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's quite sad, like that she would ruin her relationship like that because it seems like Shamia really loves her and stuff like that. But Portia is a bit of a narcissist, so And then as far as what the last girl was saying about Portia's mom, like
Mhm.
Miss Diane looks like an older hoe that was, and this is
Ooh.
not slut shaming anybody, but it's just sort of like so the fruit doesn't fall from the fall far from the
Oh
tree.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh
And
my God. Oh my God.
Listen.
yeah,
Oh, Kyle.
I was just saying, I'm not surprised at all. Portia took that man's husband from Fallon. Like Shamia, girl, did you really think that this woman is so moral? You know what I'm saying?
All right. Thank you, Kyle. All right, Kyle. That was Kyle, everybody. Oh, baby. Listen. Let me. Kyle, don't do Miss Diane. Yeah. Oh, let me go to Meredith. Welcome back, Meredith. Natty,
My
you got to come back on Natty. We couldn't hear you. I'm gonna drop the link.
my
Meredith,
my
welcome.
Lord and my Jesus, what just happened
Baby.
today? You know what? I'm gonna say I'm 57, and so I spend a lot of time in higher ed, and I know how young women, especially young Black women, develop. And what I will say about Portia is that she's unapologetically herself, and that's attractive whether you like it or not. It's going to engage you whether you like it or not. And I think part of the challenge is sometimes we have our panties in a bunch about this respectability politics. Like, are you mad that she's alluring and gets all that money? What exactly is the problem? I mean, she's being herself. And I don't recall a situation where she's ever started something other than like, going back and forth with people. And I just feel like there's a lot of dislike for her. And I don't think it's you have to like one and not like the other. Like I just don't understand it. And I think that Portia is probably one of the few reality people who, I mean, if I thought the Underground Railroad was a train, I would have never came back. If I just said that on national TV, I'd have never
Mhm.
came back. But she continues to show up because she's being herself. And that's attractive, whether you think she's stupid, whether you think she's a thought. Being your most authentic self is always going to outwin anybody performing to be something what they think people want to see and be pleased by.
All right. Well, thank you, Meredith. That's a really good
Thank you.
point, y'all. You're welcome. That's Meredith. She said, listen, I don't think y'all get it. Here's the appeal that most people have with Portia. It's not that Portia is fooling anybody. Portia's herself. Right, wrong, or indifferent, whether she's snatching up husbands or snatching up studs. Portia is herself. And because she's herself, it gives her a natural advantage over Shamia. It's not that we don't see what Portia is doing, that Portia, we don't know that Portia will lie, that Portia took that lady husband. It ain't got nothing to do with that. She's herself. So when people can know or come to know what to expect from you, they're like, you know what? Child, I know not to take my husband around. Portia said it. I'll go F Charles. It was hurtful to Angela because Shamia laughed. And I think that's what people aren't getting. Angela expects that from Portia, but Shamia, the nice married one who's going through fertility treatments, who's married to a traditional African man, you you find that funny? You were turned on by that? Oh, that's different right there. That hits a little bit different. Hey, Christy, welcome to the show. What are your thoughts? And you're on mute, Christy. You got to come off mute. Christy, welcome to the show. Christy, you got to come off mute. That means you got to connect your audio, your microphone, or hit your microphone one time. All right, Christy, I'm going to take you off stage because you're on mute. And then I'm going to go to Hershey. Welcome, Hershey. Welcome back.
Sorry. I
Hold
know
on,
I
let me
had
say
a
this. Y'all
30.
be ready to go. Hold on. Y'all be ready to go. When y'all click that link, I can bring you in at any time. But go ahead, Hershey.
I know I didn't know we had 30 seconds, so I just went to finish what I had to say. First, and lastly, we do remember about Portia. We know what Portia is capable of. We have not forgotten about the dungeon. We have not forgotten about the something in the cup, whatever. We know that Portia would lie. We know that Portia would sleep with your husband and say she didn't. We know all of that. But at the end of the day, we know Shamia is sneaky. And that's what I think is turning people off because she is like manipulating. I wouldn't even say manipulating the plan. It's like she's trying to get everybody on her side and it's not working. And now she's throwing a temper tantrum. And that's not a good look. So it's like, we know, please understand, we don't trust Portia either. Nobody trusts Portia. You would be a fool to trust Portia. But at the same time, Portia is fun, and you know she's gonna be the girl to get you in the club and around the circle. So that's where it stops and ends. They're the same person. It's just that Portia got more accessibility because Shamia is more a little sneakier. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Hershey, for coming back and finishing your thoughts, y'all. That's Hershey 85, baby. She said what she said. Let's go to it looks like Christy. Hold on. Christy, welcome back. Let's see if we can get that audio connected, girl. You're gonna have to come off mute though. I can't take you off mute. So I'm gonna take you off while you work on that, and I'm gonna kind of give you some instructions and walk through. You need to hit the settings button, hit the button for settings, and then click audio and connect your audio. Okay. All right. Because I don't have the capability to be able to get into your device and unmute you. Let's see. Who else? Anybody else has any thoughts on this? So far, so good. All of the callers have been really good. Okay, let me see. Christy, let's try again. Let's see how your audio is doing. Can you take yourself off mute? Welcome, Christy. Nah. All right. Looks like Christy is having issues with her audio. Kyle, you came back. What else you got?
Oh, I just wanted to clarify really quick because I don't want to come off like I'm being misogynistic or anything like that. But I call Portia and Miss Diane hoes because basically, when you steal somebody else's husband, and basically Fallon was introduced to the show via Portia, that's insane to me. Like, that's absolutely insane. And Portia even talked about sleeping with Charles. So that I don't understand. I think Portia and Giselle from Potomac, they have the most delusional fan base. It's like anybody that is like pro Portia has zero credibility to me. And Kenya always clocked it from the beginning about Portia being manipulative, even when Portia threw Phaedra under the bus. So it's like, I think people give her too much of a pass. I used to be a fashion model, so I don't see beauty in the way that other people look at Portia. I just think that Portia's manipulative and people just see that she's beautiful and she's funny and she has fun. And no, I see her for the skin deep who she is, and she's a messed up person. And I think Shamia has Stockholm syndrome because I'm like, how could you not see this over and over and over again?
Okay, that's fair. Kyle came back to clarify, y'all. So that's Kyle. We're gonna go to Christy. Let's go to Christy. Christy, let's see what you got. If this audio.
Hi, can you hear
Hey,
me?
you are in the
Hi,
show.
Queen. I just really wanted to just address. I've been seeing on Twitter and on YouTube the conversations about Portia not really wanting Shamia on the show. And I'm just wondering if anybody else is just thinking that maybe the reason why Portia did not want Shamia on the show was for this exact reason. Maybe it did not have to do with jealousy or anything else. Maybe she just really knew that Shamia, being new to the show, would probably be easily baited into bringing up old grievances between them, and she didn't want to go through that. She didn't want to lose that friendship. Like, I see it, I guess, from a different point of view, and I just wonder why everybody, at least like online from what I see, they just seem to keep demonizing her as this big hater who didn't want to share the spotlight, when in actuality she has witnessed so many friendships fail on the show. Why would she want to sign her and her so-called childhood friend? Why would she sign them up for the same destiny, essentially?
All right. Thank you, Christy. That was Christy H. We're going to go to Renee. D Sobers is up next. Renee, what are your thoughts? All things reality. I mean, Real Housewives of Atlanta. What are your thoughts,
I
Renee?
just I just want to just bring up one point when when I saw the show and I realized when Shamia realized that she had lost was when she was like, I didn't want to embarrass you. And Portia said, embarrass me? That's on my mom, not me. You could see how she knew that it did not work. It wasn't going to work out in her favor. And that's when she got up and left.
Good point. Good point. Because now you bring back to me how Shamia, K. Michelle said, Shamia and her mom are tied at the hip, and the mom is all in the mix and trying to make sure that Shamia has success on the show and creating alliances and stuff like that. And I think what's happened is Portia has her own identity outside of Miss Diane, and that
Yes.
probably tripped Shamia up. She never probably considered that, if I'm following what you're saying.
Yeah, I just think that they're not enmeshed with each other, her and Portia and her mom, and Shamia is with her mom. So I think that's the difference. She takes on her mother's battles where Portia is able to separate herself.
Good point. Excellent point. Thank you, thank you, Renee. Thank you for coming up. Let's go to D Sobers. Welcome, D.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Um, I think it's a great conversation, excellent point of views by many people. I just don't understand the hate that Portia's getting because Portia hasn't said two words to Shamia the whole season. She hasn't done anything. And it seems like this conversation came out of left field completely. And so I don't understand people bringing up things from 10 seasons ago or, 7 seasons ago. And don't we grow? Don't we always grow and don't stay the same people? It's so strange to me that we want to put Portia, some people want to put Portia in this box and keep her there forever. Someone even mentioned her first marriage to Cordell. And I'm like, that was years ago. Portia is clearly not the same person. When it comes to this beef with Portia and Shamia, I see it as Shamia is the issue. Because from what I understand, and maybe someone else can let me know, Shamia came on as a friend of Portia. And when Portia and Candy was beefing, Shamia became really good friends with Candy. I always thought that was so strange. That was so strange to me. And then the next season, Candy is throwing Shamia some type of party. I can't remember what type of party it was. And that to me started the breakdown, and maybe Portia began to look at Shamia a little differently. And I have yet to hear, outside of this, fiasco in Scotland, Portia never said anything negative about Shamia to any of the girls. I've never heard her complain or say, well, Shamia did this or Shamia did that. So I'm so confused why people are pointing the finger at Portia.
All right. All excellent points. I'm going to take you up so we won't have an echo. Excellent points. Thank you, D Sober. That's D. Very good points. Super 3701. Thank you for the 10 piece and the pepper. You said Shamia is calculating and manipulative. In order to be a people pleaser, you have to lie constantly, and she does it effortlessly. But I see her as a self-serving instead of people pleasing. Let's go to Aza. Aza, welcome to the show. What are your thoughts? We're talking all things the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You have the floor.
Hey, Queen.
Okay.
Peace, chat. All right. Okay. So listen, I'm going to say some things. It might ruffle some feathers, but it got to be said. Portia, I know you said she's a hoe and she's a fun hoe, but I don't really consider her fundamentally a hoe. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why, when I look at Portia, especially her evolution, when she was with her first husband, she wasn't thoughting and hoeing around. She was on the straight and narrow, striving to be a good wife. Okay. And I feel like she gets a bad rep. I feel like people just almost, you've said a lot of good things that I listened to the past few days and just period. But a lot of people give her a bad rap. It's like groupthink. It's like, I feel like people aren't able to just think on their own and logically and look at all the facts. Like the sister just said, who just came up here, all the way back then, you never caught Portia saying anything negative about Shamia. Shamia has been known to talk about Portia, all the OGs have said, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're two-faced. being two-faced, being a backstabber, being a backbiter is a sin. Okay. And she claims to be, she act like she's so holy. No, you're a backbiter. I feel like when you're a hoe, you have tendencies that are, or attributes about you that are so egregious. I feel like when I think about hoes, I think about the stuff that Shami has done. Sleeping around, on her husband, talking crazy about somebody's mother, being two-faced to almost every friend you ever had, seems like, even to Candy and other people, your new friends, your old friends. That's a hoe. Now, when I see Portia and I think about what happened, Shami is the one who introduced Simon to Portia. So, as far as linking them up. So wouldn't that make her a bigger hoe? She's married. Why are you introducing this woman to, your friend who's single to another woman's husband? But you got to think.
Introduced Kelly to this chunky man, whoever he is. Some people believe it's John Gray, allegedly, but keep going.
Oh my God. Okay. Good point. But then again, and I think Fallon was a hoe too, because Fallon, you stepped out on your marriage. You was cheating and you was in a whole nother relationship. So I don't feel like Portia stole that woman's man. Fallon gave her husband away. If she wanted a husband, she wouldn't have been cheating on him. That's how I feel. You wouldn't have got pregnant by someone else outside of your marriage. That's a sin. You know what I'm saying? So, and the brother who came up here before, I'm a married woman, by the way. And I don't take too kindly with men calling women hoes. You need to stay in a man's place. You're amongst women. And it was misogynistic, very much, very disrespectful. And when I heard that, it's like, for some reason, certain men think they can call women hoes and then come up here and say that people are delusional. You haven't looked at the whole perspective, because I'm pulling back from years, almost over a decade now. And it's documented on film and in the streets of how Shamia is. Everything she's done is coming to light, and people still want to look at Portia. All right.
All right.
All right. Yes, ma'am. I'll get down.
All right. You made me laugh. Hazel said, yes, ma'am, I'll get down. That was cute. Queen Tosa, welcome back. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I wanted to come back and say that Shamia is definitely a liar, because remember earlier on, she was saying that Portia didn't want her on the show, or the congratulations and things like that. Then we got a clip of her getting the flowers and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Shamia, like Shamia up at V103, like she was very messy up there. And this isn't the first time that she's then got nasty on the job, because she was supposed to have been, cool with Miss Pat, and Miss Pat ain't working for V103. I want you to peep this out. Tigger and Shamia going down and Miss Pat going up. I said what I said. Goodbye.
Oh, all right. Let's go back to Kyle. Kyle, welcome back. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I want to just address that really quick. I see all these women talking about, Fallon cheated on her man. Two things can be correct. I never said that Fallon was correct for what she did in stepping outside of her marriage, but it still doesn't give you the right to intrude or impose on somebody else's marriage. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of Portia's fans, like, I think she gives hope to like pick-me's, because I'm like, how are you guys like, I think it's because she's beautiful. I think people are like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful, she's fun. But it's like, no, Portia has done a lot of like, Portia will do things like she'll throw rocks and hide her hands. Like, for instance, who does not go to their best friend's wedding and makes up all these excuses why she can't go to Africa? Do you remember that? And I'm like it just seemed like it's okay when Shamia was a +1 or when it was whatever. I'm not saying everything Shamia does is correct. None of these girls are 100% perfect, but Portia is a joke. Like, anybody that says that she's anything, and when I say hoe, men can be hoes too. If you step outside of your marriage or do anything like that, you are slimy. There's plenty of male hoes. It's whatever. But the fact is that people that jump on Portia's bandwagon take little accountability. Portia has done a bunch of messed up stuff on Housewives of Atlanta that shows that she has poor character. So that's all I want to say about that because people lack accountability. And I don't care if that lady wants to get pregnant or step out on her husband. You wait until that man is fully single until you want to start dating him. She knew him while he was messing with Fallon. So that's all I want to say about that.
All right. All right. Thank you, Kyle. I'm going to go to the next caller. D. Welcome, D Sobers. Welcome back.
Hey, I'm back. I just want to piggyback off of what Mr. Kyle just said about Portia and Fallon. So I don't know if some people may know, but when you go to like the court of law or you call the police, there's this doctrine called clean hands, meaning I can't call the drug dealer who only gave me a half a kilo when I was supposed to get a whole kilo. So Fallon was pregnant by somebody else. Okay. That relationship was over. Does it look crazy for Portia to have messed with Simon? Absolutely. It looks crazy, but Portia did not steal that man from Fallon. Point blank, period. That did not happen. It looked crazy. I would not have done it. I would not have advised any of my friends to do it. That's not something I would want for my daughters or my girl children. But she did not actively go in and break up a happy home. That is not what happened. When Fallon was on that show, it didn't even look like Simon and her were even roommates. So it was messed up before that. But that does not negate how it looks. It does look crazy. We can say that. It looks crazy, but she did not break up a happy home. Adults who are in that age bracket that Simon and Portia are in, they are constantly dealing with people who have been separated. They split up. The ink just isn't dry. If you're going to hold Portia to that, why are we not holding Simon to that? Why is all the blame on Portia? Simon is the one who was married. So I am a Portia fan, and I can't say, oh, this looked bad. She looked dumb. I don't even know what she thought it was going to work. That was stupid. No one thought it was going to work. But she did not break up a happy, wholesome, completed home. And that's all I wanted to say.
All right. Thank you, D. That's D. She said, listen, y'all better leave Portia alone. She did not break up a happy home. The home was never a home. Monroe. Welcome, Monroe. What are your thoughts? We're talking all things Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay, so I just want to say a lot of the content creators I watch give Portia such a hard time. Oh, she's a slore and this and that. My opinion is this, and I'm not a Portia fan. I just like the show. Some people act like they don't got that one friend that's always been a flirty friend, that's been single forever. You could be married, that friend's always single. And then those are the type of friends that you put in categories. Portia is the fun friend. And I think the thing is, Shamia doesn't realize that Portia also puts her in a category. RHOA is her show. She's working. You could be my friend that appears on the show, but trying to come onto the show and think we're going to have the same type of friendship when I am actively at work. No, I think she wanted some lighthearted moments, some fun moments, those turn up, like if we were on a friend trip type moments. And when Shamia came on trying to hold her head to the fire, I just don't think that's working. I think it's really lazy for some people to just go hard on Portia based on her dating past or how she got her husbands and whatnot, as if Shamia not on her second husband. So sometimes I just dislike how people come so hard for Portia as if number one in their own friend circles they don't have a friend who's been single and every time you look up they got another man. But the thing is when it comes to Portia and Shamia, I think the reason why the friendship doesn't work on the show is because Portia's showing up to work to have fun moments, to be lighthearted, and Shamia every scene she's crying, and she also has a people pleasing personality. Everyone's not gonna like you, Shamia, but you try so hard for everyone to like you. And maybe outside of the show, hey, best friend, you're everyone's friend. But here on the show, Shamia is really having trouble just letting her personality show. She wanted to use her Batman and Robin Hood like sidekick friendship with Portia and kind of expose that. And I just think that, I don't know, I just think Shamia planned it all wrong. She should just call Kenya and learn how to be a villain.
All right. Thank you, Monroe. That was Monroe. Let's go to Live Well LA. Welcome, Live Well LA. What are your thoughts on today's topic, the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I first want to just rub it in a little bit that I called not last week, but I think the week before, and I expressed that Shamia wasn't happy in Sterling Hall. That's why she's always at the mall. And come to find out, she's also at the Waldorf Astoria. So, no shade, no tea, but I guess I was right at the end of the day. Secondly, I'd like to also note, thank you. Secondly, I also like to note that I feel like Shamia is introducing all the Atlanta girls to the West African men. It's leaning in madam direction, and I'm gonna say this. I would not be surprised if Kelly and Simon Gobadia did not become a thing in the next few months, less than a year. I could see it happening because I feel like Shamia is just that type of girl. I think that's all I wanted to really express, but I know somebody was saying they had dinner with Shamia and her husband, so they were a beautiful, happy couple. And I was like, okay, girl, we can agree to disagree, but that's all I had today, Queen. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I don't think Kelly is Simon's type.
I think she might be a fun girl to come to Dubai and get some more teeth.
Mm.
You never know.
I'm gonna keep my eyes open.
Me too. Me too. Thank you, Queen.
All right. Thank you. Live Well LA. Oh, y'all must know something that I don't. Give me 1 second. Hold on now. All right. Do we have any more callers? Hmm. Any more callers? Any more? I'm listening. Y'all have some very interesting viewpoints regarding all of this. Do y'all think? Now, Shamia, you are introducing these women to these married men. Derek said, Derek, Derica. Derica McCoy says $70,000 blowjobs, according to the madam. Boom. You know what? That's what she behaves like, a madam. Introducing these girls to these rich, girl, let me find out. Hence the reason you don't want to cut ties with the Hawks and the Falcons. Wow. You may be onto something. Because Shamia is the pipeline to the money. Hey, Michelle said, I showed up thinking we're about to have a girls' night. And you got 4 African men at the table. I'm married, you married, and your mama married.
I don't know none of these niggas. The thing is, in life, that's how it go with me. We don't talk, I don't know nothing about nothing. So
That's a lot. Is it appropriate, whether you like Portia or not, for a married woman to be having connections to all of these men with money that are not friends with her husband? She introduced Portia to Simon. She introduced Kelly to this man who I believe is married. I don't believe he could ever be Kelly's storyline. I think he has a wife. That's what I think. Isha, welcome.
Hey, Queen.
Hey, what are your thoughts?
Okay, now I'm ahead of everybody, but you remember it was brought up that Shamia and Kelly came to the club. They came to the club late and they danced in front of Portia, which upsetted her. Now you
Yes.
may not have seen it, but while watching your show, I was on Instagram and Portia happened to post more videos and pictures of them out clubbing. And to my surprise, she actually caught on camera of Shamia and Kelly coming in. So Drew was singing and Portia was filming her.
Keep going. Are you there? I know what happened. I think you got a call. When you get a call, it disconnects your audio. So I'm going to take you off, but I'll remember where you were. Let me go to the next caller. Isha, stand by. I think you got a call. And y'all, when you come and you use your phone on StreamYard, some people say put it on do not disturb. Nuh-uh, don't put it on do not disturb because those calls can still come in. Put it on driving mode. But let me go to Simon Hectic. Welcome, Simon.
What's up?
What are your thoughts?
I just think people, well, I've recognized that people just play out stuff that they know. And they don't know this stuff based on the fact that they learned it from somebody. So that's all it is. I don't try to get too complicated.
Okay. Can you come closer to your microphone? It sounds like you're far away.
I apologize.
So what's your final thought? I want to make sure I caught you.
My final thought, I guess, is like people need to understand who they're trying to seek and understand what they want.
All right. Well, thank you, Simon.
All right, I appreciate you.
All right. That was Simon. Let me hold on. Let me go to Larry. I want to bring you up, Larry. But you're gonna have to hit settings, connect your audio and your video, Larry. I can't even click your device and bring you on stage because it's not connected. So for those of you that are trying to call in, let me drop the link again so you can reconnect. Here we go. Penelope, I just be rolling with it, baby. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, Tosa, yeah. What did he say? Okay. All right, let's see. I'm gonna drop the link one more time and then we are out of here. We are out of here. I have no idea, Mama V. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me pull up Portia. Hold on. You said Portia had oh, here we go. Here's the video, y'all. Portia. Let me American born. Thank you, Penelope. I appreciate you. Penelope said, I love your channel. Thank you. I appreciate you. Y'all, let's take a look. Who was that just told me about the video? Thank you, girl, for pointing me in the right direction of this here video that Portia dropped. And it's very clear. Here we go. Let's see. It still didn't work. So, Larry, listen, go out. Listen. Oh, it's working. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Let me bring Larry up.
Hey, Queen.
Hey.
Hey, it's Larry from London here.
Hey, Larry.
How's it going? Listen, I need to know what people are watching with this Housewife of Atlanta because I'm confused why there's so much hate for Portia. I am confused why she's getting so much hate online where she's done absolutely nothing but paid this girl dust. Can you hear me, Queen?
I can hear
Hello?
you. I'm just
Okay.
listening. You're making
Okay,
you're
yeah.
I'm letting you cook. I'm letting you cook. Go ahead.
Let me cook. But paid this girl dust. Like, all it took was one conversation, one approach, and she couldn't do it. She said it was heavy on her heart. And what she brought to the table was nothing to do with her. If something's heavy on your heart and it's got to do with the girl in front of you, you would drop it. But she couldn't drop anything but tea from 20 to 30 years ago that no one cares about, that is now going to make her family, Portia's family, look bad on this show. I feel like Shamia is the worst housewife to ever. I don't want to say ever come on Atlanta, but she's in the top 3 for me because it's just too much. I cannot stand someone that constantly plays a victim. She would sit there and cry and do all her faces and then be like what's it called? Moving cards behind the scenes. I just don't like someone like that. I just don't like someone that can't be honest. I just don't like someone that's always wanted to look like a victim. She wants the pity of the audience, and it irritates me. I don't know shit. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I don't know nothing about this girl. She's brought absolutely nothing to the show. Like, everybody said, oh, Portia's jealous of her because she's got all this money. Which money? I ain't seen her spend shit. Sorry to swear. I ain't seen her bought anything. Where's she spending this money on? On Kelly?
Yes. Come on, Larry.
I just don't understand it. If she's all this wealth, I want to see it. Show me it. The best way to start a Portia is to throw your money. Throw it in her face. But she ain't doing nothing but crying and trying to, like, what's it called? Trying to divide the cast. Like, she doesn't understand why everybody left the club. Bitch, are you, sorry to swear again, girl, are you dumb? You've had issues with everybody that left that club when you came on the mic. You've had issues with. She had issues with Phaedra. She still ain't forgiving Phaedra for what she said. P.S. Wait, 1 minute, I need to go back to that. P.S. Can someone please tell me where Portia lies? This irritates me when people say, Portia lies. She knows she's known for lying. What has she lied about? She repeated a rumor that was told to her. And I don't think it was a rumor. I just feel like it was a wrong cast member. Because allegedly, T.I. and Tiny, they went through some, So I feel like she repeated a rumor that was told to her. I don't think that is a lie. If someone told you a rumor, you say it, it's that you lying. I just don't understand when people say Portia lies. Well, and she still ain't forgiving Phaedra for that. Angela, she's been going back and forth. Angela, of course, Angela's going to walk out, but she didn't walk out. Drew, you've had beef with her since last season. You guys ain't seen eye to eye. You came on YouTube, that stupid, pathetic apology, and you still ain't seen eye to eye. So of course she's going to walk out. It's like, you had your clique. Your clique is there, right? Her clique is there, but she's like, I just don't understand. Like, you've got your clique. You're not left alone, but she wants to be. She's like, she wants the audience to feel like she's being iced out, but she's not being iced out. You can't be iced out when you've got your bloody clique on the show. It's just like she's not showing any appreciation for it. It's like, I don't know why she came on the show, to be honest. I really don't know why she's on the show. And one thing that I hate, and you Americans, you are known for it, and I cannot stand it, and you guys are just blowing this out the water now, is this colorism. I cannot stand it. When a dark woman is on the show, the first thing you people scream is colorism, and it's nothing to do with colorism. It's just that we don't like the bitch.
All right, Larry. Let me ring that bell. All right, that's Larry from the UK. Listen, he brought up a good point though. He said, y'all are saying all these things about Shamia. Y'all waiting for her to cook and come on, girl, and bring it. And Shamia brought y'all some tea for 30, 40 years ago concerning the moms having whatever they had going on in their lives. That ain't got nothing to do with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If everybody can just hold on, let me play something real quick. I see everybody, most of you will repeat, so just hang in there, and I'm gonna try to get. Hold on, give me 1 second. Everybody, sit still. This clip is about 60 seconds. Let me show y'all something. I think Shamia shot herself in the foot because I don't know if they're going to bring her back next season. I have no idea, right? But I don't think she's performing up to par. I don't think she's it's just not a good look. Even before her bringing up Portia's mom, it's not a good look. And you have to take into consideration the show is an investment. And some of these girls, bravo, they're heavily invested in, right? Cynthia Bailey had something to say regarding how far Shamia went when it comes to Portia's mother or talking about mothers.
For many, many years. And you've been a part of historically, awful.
I've seen a lot.
You've seen a lot. Do you think that they can resolve this?
I don't think so. Honestly, I just think it just crossed the line.
Kids and mom too far.
I just think it just crossed the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think, when I'm asked questions like this, I always put myself in the position, like, what would I do if it was happening to me? I don't know.
The line was crossed. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, how would you feel if this was your mom? If your mom was a part of a conversation like this?
I'd be part of a murder story. Like, don't fucking touch my mom.
Yeah.
Don't touch my family. Like, that's where, me. I'm
Yeah.
like, don't cross that line
Mhm.
because I won't cross that with you.
Yeah.
Like, I won't do that. Like, I know so much. That's where I don't go.
Yeah.
The family is like really important. Even when I make mistakes about family, that is not my thing.
Yeah.
Because as we said, not only do they not sign up for it, but like, you put that out that's forever.
Yeah.
And no one deserves
the
that.
thing is, like, on shows like this, whatever's out there, whether it's true or not,
it's out
the information is still out there.
Correct.
And it just lives out there. And that's the important part of the whole
Correct. No, I could not go backwards.
Yeah.
So I guess it's really about how you guys said at the beginning of the beginning of filming was like, you knew they had issues, but they were like keeping it at bay.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the best you can hope for in the future for them.
Yeah.
Sounds like what it is.
Yeah. And also,
let me say this real quick. Bravo. I love older women on the shows. Don't ever completely swipe out older women, 40s and above. They bring a sense of reality, a sense of calm. Most times they just they can anchor things and have these heartfelt conversations where it's just grown, honey. I love it.
really, really try to be like, when I'm friends with someone
for many, many years, and you've
all right, so that's Cynthia's take. Now we're gonna have to blow through real quick to make sure I get everybody because people are dropping. Let me go to Uniboo. Y'all, please stick to 30 to 45 seconds. Uniboo, welcome. What are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Hey, welcome. I say welcome. Hi, Queen Shiba. But I'm not Shamia's friend or on the show, and I'm already tired and exhausted about Shamia. She remind me of those theater kids that's finally have a problem. I'm a theater kid and I don't act like that. She's like those friends that's clingy, that want to be under your skin, and I just want to be all up in your face. And I feel like Portia is like me. We like our space. We don't want you all under us. We like the loners. We move by ourselves. And I feel like I was rooting for her because she have the stuff to be a housewife, but she does not have the charisma, the personality. She's a coward. She starts stuff and she run. No, stay in it. We can go blows for blows. And I'm surprised what's her name? Portia didn't go even lower, because I know if it was me, you open the gates of hell, I would have dragged you in there with me. And we would have to have a nice little vacation day. And I would have turned every rock, every family member will be in that conversation since you opened the door. But I am proud of Portia. She didn't flew off that table and knock her upside her head. I'm proud of her. But we don't like Portia, don't stay for Portia. You're always not gonna see it for Portia. You can't not deny the girl is made for reality TV. She's good at what she does, and she's flawless at it. And Shamia just got in the door trying to get, her minions to come after Portia. It's like, if you gotta get with another hoe, get assemble like Voltron, like Power Rangers to come at one person, use a weak bitch to me. You're weak. Stand on your own self. That's all.
Ooh, baby, y'all are coming in hot today. That was Hooney Boo. Thank you, babe, for coming up. Let's go to Aza. Aza, you got 30 seconds. Let's go.
Yes. Okay. Shout out to her for saying everything she just said. But what I want to say is that I think people are slightly overlooking what what Shamia has done. I think the reason why she doesn't like Angela is because Angela clocked her straight up. When Shamia opened her mouth to say something about Charles, Shamia was the first person to say something like that. But I think she had a guilty conscience because she's been seen out in the streets. That's why she brought up Angela's husband. You see what I'm saying? That's why she brought him up. She saw him out, but I bet you he ain't out as much as she out. She's been out in the streets and he probably saw her out doing some things. She had a guilty conscience. When she finally met the wife, she wanted to come on and say, oh, I was your husband. She brought up somebody else's husband. So how can she even talk? I mean, it's like every time you turn around. Okay. All right. I'm gone.
All right. All right. My repeats. Y'all got 30 seconds. Let me go to Kyle. Y'all got 30 seconds. Kyle, welcome back.
I wanted to just address Larry because he was tripping up over his words. He asked, when did Portia lie? Did we not remember when she started crying on TV and that whole Phaedra Candy situation, and she tried to act like she didn't know what was going on, and Kenya and Todd clocked it? Like, please, Portia's a master manipulator, and that's all I wanted to say. But I'm not Team Shamia either. I just want to put that out there.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Kyle came back to clarify. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle. Look, black folks say Kyle. Let me go to Isha. Isha, welcome back. I know you got disconnected. Go fire off, Isha.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I was just trying to point you in the direction of Portia's Instagram page. She gave more context to the situation where they're saying that she ran out of the club, but Portia shows a clip of her in the club and of her Drew singing and Portia's filming her with her cell phone, and Shamia snake ass come in there and slither her way through there. Hopefully we could talk about that at a later time, but I want you to at least show that on one of your episodes, maybe tonight at 9, and we can all talk about it and look, because that's
Where
kind of
y'all get
validation.
night at 9 from? Who told y'all I was coming back at 9?
I saw somebody comment that. So I'm like, we need to talk about this.
Here we go.
It's
Right
video
here.
number 4. Video number 4.
Okay. Well, we're gonna
On
start
her
from the
Instagram
beginning,
page.
honey. We're gonna start from right here. We're gonna watch it all.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
Portia dancing. Everybody's there having a good time. That's why I say bravo. I think if you're not gonna bring back any of the OGs and we just have to work with some of these girls and you're gonna get rid of one or two, I think you got your clip. Because these girls were having a good time until Kelly and Shamia came back. So this video number 1. This is video number 2. Look, look, these are the girls. Don't she look like Princess? Ray J's wife?
And I was happy to see
Cute
that they
women,
showed
beautiful
people from
Scotland women.
Scotland. Yes.
Uh-huh. These are the black girls from Scotland, baby. They look gorgeous. Yes, all of that beautiful melanin in there. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Here we go. This is we got K. Look, everybody's having a good time. And that's what the Housewives is about. And the fact that Shamia and Kelly continues, Portia's picking up on it now, to ruin these trips and ruin. Okay, y'all mute up if I bring you on. Mute up for me. Live Well LA, mute up. And they continue to ruin the dinners. This is what, and you're robbing the audience of the housewife experience because we didn't get to see this. You get what I'm saying? And this is what it's about for us. So we're on video number 3. We saw this of K. Michelle serenading Phaedra. Yes, y'all, they having a good time. Bravo, this is what I'm talking about. Shamia's not cut out for this, and neither is Kelly. This is Housewives. Okay. Then we're going to go to the fourth clip. Now we're 3 clips in before Itchy and Scratchy come back. The Grim Reaper.
Not Itchy and Scratchy.
Here we go. And look, Pinky, Portia, y'all, the girls are having, this is what you're supposed to do on the girls' trips. Everybody's away from their man, their woman, the cheering, Cynthia's. Okay, now let's go to the fourth. Here we go. Drew having a good time. She needed. Just got a divorce. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Black Girl Magic. Okay, well, everybody's happy. Drew's singing. Everybody's lit. Who is that? Oh, here they go. Oh my God.
My mouth dropped. How close they were to them.
Girl, thank you for sending me this and telling me, girl, no, they didn't just cut in front of
Yes,
Drew
they
while she was
did.
singing. Oh my God, y'all, let's go back. Oh my God. Girl,
Here go
hold on.
Itchy and Scratchy.
Drew, they got some beautiful teeth, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's singing. She's doing her thing. Everybody's lit. Got a cocktail. Everybody having a good time. Kelly has already that's so Kelly and Shamia are behind Drew, y'all. Looks like it. That's why they said, no, you didn't go dance in front of that girl. Because that means Portia was right there filming Drew in her face. And Shamia and Kelly cut her off. Let's see.
Literally stepped on her toes.
Hold on.
Literally.
Here we go. Hold on. Let me play it one more time for the audience. No, you didn't. Oh my God, girl.
And if you continue looking, they stay and start dancing close with them to try to, I guess, get in their frame or get some of the
Well,
camera
it's camera
time.
time to make sure
Yeah.
they get camera time. Okay, here we go. This is the 5th clip. I'm glad we turned off even with the sound off, you know these girls are having a good time. Look,
Yes.
yes.
It's a vibe up in there, honey.
Yes. And we were
The
robbed
Scots
of
was
this.
feeling them. They was feeling the Scots.
Yes. And all of this, we were robbed of all of this.
Yeah.
Now, Bravo put a lot of money into production. And for this to not make the cut because you wanted to have a do, and Shamia and Kelly keep splitting up the cameras. Have y'all noticed that?
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody is teaching Shamia, if you do this, then the cameras have to choose and they're not going to get their full scene. Okay, here we go. That's Cynthia. Everybody's still there. Come on, Bailey. Come on, Mama Bailey. Yes. Come on, Cynthia. Look at Portia getting on.
I mean, Cynthia looked better than all them girls at her age. She looked better than all them girls.
She got that face card. Okay, so Portia's making you're right. Somebody said Portia's the fun friend. She got Phaedra to let her hair down. She got the girls in the club going. This is reality TV. Shamia, I'm sorry. You could listen. Hold on. We got Cynthia in the frame. Pinky. Everybody's included. Ain't nobody got no issues. Okay. Yes, Mama, you better get in there. All right, let's go to the next one. This is on Portia's page, y'all. Phaedra's still partying. Come on. Having a good time for her birthday, as she should. All right, let's go to the next one. I think this is the final one. Girls are looking good. Thank you for sharing that.
Good.
Huh?
These videos are good.
Aren't they? So Live Well, did you want to jump in there before I go to Bronze Amazon?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something about what George said when he said, when is Shamia spending the money that we supposed to be all worshiping? This money from her husband, she don't have access to the money.
That's why she's working these jobs. I'm telling y'all, Queen, I called and told y'all I was married to a West African provider, quote unquote. They give you everything. So she can spend her money that she's making with the Hawks and these Tubi movies, but she got to keep working because she don't have access to that man's money. He pay all the bills. He'll put you in a nice car, but you don't get to spend. She at the mall spending her money from her paychecks. That's why that girl is working. George ain't lying. These men, they put their houses in their name. The cars are in their name. The credit cards are in their name. That's why we don't see Shamia spending money like the millionaire that she is supposed to be. She don't have access to Gerald's money. He give her what he is benefiting from too. She ain't going to the mall spending Gerald's money.
So he's a nicer version of Simon.
Absolutely, they all are. They all are. I don't want to start no diaspora war on your show, but that's what they do.
So she can't get her hands on the black card.
That's why nobody's impressed. That's why nobody on that cast is talking about Shamia's money. Because she ain't got access to it. That's Gerald's money.
Wow.
Shamia is a Lego piece. He can pluck her out and put a new one in anytime he ready. That's probably why she need to have that boy too. That's probably what she ain't got access to Gerald's money. Shamia's spending that Hawks check when she at the mall. But she don't have to pay no bills. So it looks like a little bit more money than the rest of us do, because the rest of us got a mortgage, a light bill, a car note. He gonna pay all the bills, but you're not gonna spend his money on yourself.
He told her to come home that time when she went out there to Tennessee. You remember?
Because ain't no money to spend. Yep. Do she live like the type of girl that got a millionaire husband? No. She ain't spending no money because she ain't got access to it.
Well, he has to. So when I was saying about the nanny, I noticed her entire mood change. He's probably paying for it and didn't want to pay for it or something because she said he don't like that nanny. He he wanted her home. He wanted her to come home. And I thought, well, if the baby's sick, why would you leave? But that's, I mean, I don't know if it's that serious for a critical needs baby. And he's saying the nanny didn't wrap the baby up. It's cold in the house. The baby's supposed to be such and such temperature. And then the mom had to rush over to help. Remember?
And like Bree said, why are you not at home with your child?
Because
you just
she has to
cried about your
perform.
child being sick.
There is a transactional relationship in these West African marriages. When American girls are marrying these West African men, you have to perform. You must be a wife 100% of the time, and he will pay the bills. But you're not a wife having fun. You're not married to your best friend. You're not enjoying lavish lives. No, you're on duty. You're performing. And he will reward you with a roof and a car.
Wow.
Got it. Hold that thought. Hold that thought, everybody. Mute up. I'm going to go to one caller. Deborah. Welcome, Deborah. What are your thoughts?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I just wanted to say I went back and watched the episode again because I was not really paying attention much, and I was picking up on every time someone said like Portia looked really pretty, and people made comments. To me, it's, she was making faces, and when Phaedra was giving her gift, that proclamation. Why was she trying to Google it? It's just crazy to me. So I feel like there's just jealousy there. As far as jealousy and immaturity. And then with Gerald, and I'm not sure. Maybe Shamia gets a little allowance or something. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know much about these people. I only see what they put online, so I don't know what their life is really like. So I have no idea what's going on. But I hope she at least getting a little allowance or something. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Have a good one.
All right. That's Deborah. So let me go to Bronze Amazon. Bronze, let me give you an opportunity to share your thoughts on this episode.
Okay. Well, Queen, I just wanted to say, I wanted to address something that London Larry had asked. He was like, why are they coming at Portia so hard? Let me tell you why they're coming at Portia so hard. Because in America, Larry, Black women are not allowed to have a bubbly personality like Portia does. We're not allowed that. We're supposed to represent oppression and carrying a whole race of people on our back. And when you see a Black woman like Portia, who's fun, who's come into her own, she has her own money, she has a relative amount of freedom, she's sexually free, she owns her womanhood and her femininity, and she doesn't answer to any man for anything. The Black community tends to punish Black women for doing that. They want to call them hoes. They want to drag up their past. They want to do this, that, and the other. And her mama, Diane, is just catching strays because of her daughter. And people don't like to see Black women live a happy and carefree life. You have to be bogged down in problems. You have to be dragged down with a man in a toxic Black love relationship. And if you
Ooh, you
don't
better preach.
personify that, if you don't personify that, you get punished. You get punished for being a happy person and having a good bubbly disposition. And that's why Portia's getting dragged so bad. Now, I'm not sitting up here windmilling for Portia because, to be quite honest with you, I did not like Portia when she first came on this show. I didn't like her at all. She was dragging hoes across stages. She was whooping tail at the mall. She was doing everything. She was doing everything that y'all said she did. But Portia has changed. She's grown and she's evolved. And the fact that I love Portia now, that speaks to how much she has worked on herself over the years, and she saw things about about herself that she didn't like, and she did something about it, and she changed. And that's all you can ask a person to do. You can't ask them to be perfect from the start, but once they change and you see they made strides and they're working hard to be better, and they actually are better now than who they used to be back then, you can't keep holding their feet to the fire about that. So I actually love Portia now. And I think her turning point where I really fell in love with her was during the George Floyd situation and the Black Lives Matter. When she came into her stride, honey, she hit her stride because that spirit of Hosea Williams just came into her and she hit her stride and she started marching and protesting for the people, honey. And that's when I started to fall in love with Portia. And that's when Portia started to really fall in love with herself. And she became different after that. And she said, I found my purpose. I found myself. And that's when she got a calm into her spirit. And she wasn't wilding out like that no more. So stop faulting Portia because of what she did in the past. We ain't saying she was a perfect girl. She never was. She never pretended to be. But I like her now because of how she evolved and how she changed. So I wanted to
All
address
right.
that.
All right. Thank you, Bronze. Let me go to Isha. Did you say everything you needed to say, or was it just kind of point me in the right direction to share that video?
One last thing. Shamia's personality is one of those that everyone needs to study and be aware of and know, like when you see that person, that person is competitive, calculated, manipulative, and she reminds me of Kenya. But I believe that she will give maybe Kenya a run for her money in terms of Portia. Portia has to be very careful with that, how that girl moves. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if sometime today that she's going to release her Switzerland video of her singing,
Scotland.
kind of to match
Scotland.
Portia. Oh, Scotland.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, but that's all. Thank you for bringing me on and let me talk. I'm
All
not really used to
right.
talking in public, but thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Okay, so hold on. Let me real quick. Let me go to Tulsa. Queen Tulsa, you're back. You got my repeats got 30. What you got, Tulsa?
Okay, yeah. So I wanted to talk about the sabotage. I want to talk about when Shamia had Pinky over at her house and got her like really drunk to where she was going over to Portia's house, all drunk and stuff. And then I wanted to bring up all this plastic surgery that Shamia's getting done, just to go and party around Candy and the girls. I think that Shamia is very much so jealous of Portia because Portia is now out of the closet lesbian, and I'm pretty sure that was in the chamber for Shimmy as well, if that wasn't her storyline this year.
Oh, that's a good point. And I think it was because she said happy pride to Portia, and Portia said happy pride to you. I'll see you at the reunion.
Well, you
Keep
want to
that
know why
same
she said
energy.
that? Because
Huh?
they all friends with Candy. Everybody didn't kiss Candy in the mouth, allegedly.
All right. Let me go to the next caller. KC. Welcome, KC. What are your thoughts?
What's going on? I don't know what I just walked into. I've been outside working on my car. But what I can say from what I've picked up is the way that Shamia has been moving, even if, even if everything was Portia's fault, quote unquote, why do you still want to be her friend? Why are you going around telling everybody that you have an issue with her besides her? And anybody that move like that, anybody who has common sense would not want them around them. So I don't understand why they keep blaming Portia for being a bad friend when it's Shamia that's going around telling everybody what Portia has done and having people attack Portia, so to speak. So she's kind of that two-faced, slithering in the background kind of individual that technically nobody will want to be around. And if Portia is such a bad friend, why are you steady trying to be her friend? So
Oh.
I don't get whether Portia is a hoe, whether she was a hoe, whether she gonna be a future hoe. That's irrelevant.
Mhm.
And maybe because Shamia can't live her life out loud, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And she don't have the guts to do it, but she also want to kind of be in her position and in her place because no matter what, no matter how much Portia has been knocked down, even publicly, I guess on the platforms that she's been in, she still bounces back.
Mm.
Exactly.
And so I think that's where a lot of her envy come from. I think the interview with Carlos, she said that Portia was mainly good friends with her sister first. So she seemed like she was always the one on the outside looking in. I do all this. I've done all the good things. I'm the good girl. But why isn't everything popping off for me? And now that this
Mm.
person is on TV, I want to be on TV. You get on TV, and then you start befriending all of her enemies, quote unquote. You got to watch people like that. So she does play victim very good. She plays victim very good, but even those who play victim all the time, people get tired of that as well. So that's all I'm going to say. Shamia can go. She can go live her rich life with her rich husband who don't want to be seen with her, really, which is why she's always around and outside and twerking in public as a married woman. I think that's real tacky. I don't care what women think, but as a kept woman, if that's not your profession, being a stripper as a married woman, keep your goodies on the inside and quit jumping around and twerking all on the women and talking about you peeing in cups on the side of the road while you're supposed to be classy at the same
Oh.
time. But you want to call Portia a hoe. Okay,
Hold on.
I'll go.
Hold on. Don't go. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Let me see if
She
Live
did
Well
almost
want
pee in
to.
that cup in front of us.
Hold on. Hold on. He said peeing in cups on the
What'd
side
he
of the
say?
road. Peeing in the
Yeah.
cups.
What you talking
Welcome
about?
back,
She was peeing in
Larry.
a cup
Larry, you want to get in here real quick,
and,
Larry from
and blowing
London?
up her husband's bathroom, slept with him on the first night to secure him. It is what it is.
Okay, so look, let me pass the mic to Larry from London. Larry, welcome back.
Thank you. All I said earlier was, where was the lie told? She repeated a rumor. She repeated something that was told to her. That's not you lying. And also, a psychic cannot have a psychic on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's all I got to say. Kelly and Shamina, they can go. A psychic cannot have a psychic on the show. That's bullshit. But BS. Sorry. That's
All
it.
Right.
right. All right. Let's go to Live Well LA. What you got, Live Well LA? Did you want to get in?
Hey, I just wanted to say one last thing. It was so interesting because you noted it too just a minute ago when you were playing Portia's videos. When Phaedra said you came in here dancing all in the woman's face, and I'm like, no, she didn't. Portia left before Shamia got there, is what we saw with through editing. But now we see they were trying to antagonize Portia when
They
Drew was
were.
performing. It was so nasty. Everybody's been vindicated except for her. And I honestly, Queen, I wouldn't mind seeing Kelly stay because I think Kelly could be fun and silly and have a good time with the girls and turn up if Shamina wasn't there.
I think she needs to go because she did the same crap last year with Britt Edie. She went all the way with Britt when Britt antagonized Kenya, and it completely ruined the show because Kenya retaliated. So Kelly has the propensity to not be level headed. You see what I'm saying? She's gonna cross the line with you, and I don't like it because it's been messy for 2 seasons. We've put up with bull crap. Season 16, season 17. Shit, I want to get back to the party. Hell, I want to go to Scotland. You get what I'm saying? That's the kind
Scotland
of
was
real
a time. Scotland was a
baby.
time.
I'm like, that's what we used to. Well, we're like, well, let me save my money, girl. Let me go on and get this afterpay so I can get on this flight and see what Coco Boho is talking about.
I don't want to talk too much too soon, but I heard that on TikTok they had already planned like Juneteenth of 2027. We were supposed to be in Scotland.
Oh, they going back?
With this, no, like us as a community. Juneteenth 2027. This guy, the same guy that hosted them at the castle, who's famous on TikTok now, he has a thing, Juneteenth 2027. We're all supposed to be in Scotland. So I don't know if that's real or still going on, but it looked like it would be fun though.
Oh,
I know. All right. Thank you, Queen. I'm head out.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's Live Well LA. Always does a great job when it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Listen, Queen Tulsa, what you got? I think you already
Yeah,
did.
I wanted to bring up the fact that Shamia is definitely into women because last year Kelly and Portia, they were into it. This shows Shamia's character. Who is Shamia friends with this season? Who is Shamia financing this season? Who is Shamia hopping and doing sex scenes on this season? She doing it with Kelly. And you got daughters. You got a husband. We over here asking you about your husband, and you too busy jumping up in Kelly's lap, jumping up. Can't wait. She act worse than damn Giselle and Robin when it's time to sleep with each other. I said what I said. Thank you, Queen.
We saw how she bent it over for candy.
But where's the lies?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all are cracking me up today. Shoot, I bet. I said I might have to go and creep down to Scotland and see. Pinky said the breakfast was good now, so I may have to go. I'll fly down there for a piece of salmon. Oh,
Well, listen,
Tulsa.
Queen, this was a great show. I want to thank you so much for always opening up the conversation for us to have dialogue and for you to give us different perspectives and for us to listen to others. This was a great live, guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Queen Shiba is on her way to 100K. So make sure you tell your mama, your daddy, your friends all about it so we can do a 100K celebration for her.
Yeah.
All right. Have
Let
a
me give a
beautiful day
round
on
of
purpose.
applause. Thank you. Let's do a round
You're
of
welcome.
applause. Here we go. And you know what? If I hit 100K soon here in the next couple of days, it'll be right on time because I just hit my 4-year mark on Instagram. I mean, on here on YouTube. So I just hit 4 years. So yay. So we'll be celebrating like 2 milestones. If we get that 100K threshold, oh, I'll get my YouTube plaque. Oh my gosh, that's huge. So we just share the videos, y'all. Share the videos. Share those videos. YouTube rewards us when we push out the videos to external social media platforms. That's always a good thing. You know what I mean? So we're just around the corner. But this has been a fantastic conversation, baby. When I tell you, even the men, we got the Larry from London, baby. We had KC, we had Kyle, we had who else came? Somebody else called in. We got the boys in the chat, we got the women in the chat. We got a good crowd over here today. We've held 700 steady. Y'all listen, that's how we're gonna do it over here until we do until the season ends. We're going to do my part Monday nights, party in the chat. And then on Tuesday, y'all get to fire off. Okay. That's it. That's all. Okay. Bronze Amazon, what are your final thoughts?
Nothing. This was a great chat. Love you, Palace. Thank you, mods. Love you, Queen.
Thank you. And Bronze, I always listen. Maybe Vonda's onto something. Vonda just gonna put it out there and tell everybody that I'm coming back at 9 tonight. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Who said?
Look, Vonda told them people I'm coming back to my see you at 9 tonight. Vonda, see, I ain't trying to be like Shamia. I'm married. I can't be outside all in the streets of YouTube every day. Listen, great show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, yeah, thank you, everybody, for coming up. DG says 100K is on the horizon. Congratulations in advance. Thank you. I'm so freaking excited. I am so excited. It's been 4 years that we've really worked hard over here. I was talking to my lead moderator, and I was just like, look, it's a slow climb, but I've been able to sustain it, right? I haven't gone viral or anything like that, and that's fine. I talk about everything like everybody else, and it's been a steady and stable climb. And thank you. Thank those of you that are tuning in. Y'all make it happen. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I really am. Today, y'all have me gagging. Okay. On y'all's calling in about what's happening. And listen, the man, y'all need to stop that. Focus on the content. Don't be focusing on the people that call in. Y'all know the rules around here. Y'all gave Kyle a hard time. Shit, he watched the show like we do. Leave Kyle alone, all right? Bronze, didn't they give Kyle a hard time?
They did, but he gotta, it's like a game. You gotta get jumped in, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle, they got you.
They
Say
beat you
Kyle.
up and then you're a part of.
I hope somebody go check on Kyle. Make sure he's all right. All right, y'all. I'm not coming back tonight. Vonda said I was. I'm gonna go relax, take care of my doggy. Y'all have a good day. I will talk to y'all later. I will chit chat with y'all later. All right.